Ever wonder what happens after you swallow a pill? I mean, like, really wonder where it goes and how it actually does its thing.
Yeah, it's a fascinating journey.
Today, we're going deep into the science of how medicines work in the body.
Uh-huh.
We've got some really cool scientific research laid out here,
Yeah.
and we're going to break it down into the essentials of pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics.
PK and PD.
PK and PD for short.
Right.
So think of this as your express lane to understanding what your body does to a drug,
Okay.
and then what that drug does to your body.
Absolutely.
It's way more complicated and crucial than most people realize.
It really is.
So let's kick things off with pharmacokinetics, or PK.
Okay.
What exactly does that mean?
It's essentially what the body does to the drug.
Okay.
It's the entire journey a drug takes through your system.
Okay.
And this journey has 4 main stages,
Okay.
which we often remember by the acronym ADME.
ADME.
Yeah.
Let's break that down a little.
Sure.
What does that stand for?
So the A stands for absorption, which is how the drug gets into your bloodstream,
Okay.
kind of like crossing a border into a new country.
Okay.
Then you have D for distribution.
Okay.
This is where the drug travels within your body, reaching different organs and tissues.
Ah, so it's not just going to one specific place.
Not necessarily depends on the drug.
Okay, got it.
Then we have M for metabolism, which is
Okay.
how your body breaks down the drug,
Uh-huh.
often changing it into a form that can be used or eliminated.
Okay.
And lastly, we have E for excretion.
Okay.
This is how the drug exits your system.
So basically, our body is like a super highway for these drugs.
Exactly. And PK is like the traffic control system, making sure everything flows smoothly.
That makes sense.
It dictates how much of the drug is present in your body, where it is, and for how long.
So PK is kind of a big deal when it comes to a drug actually working.
Absolutely. The concentration of the drug at different places in your body over time, that's all governed by PK.
Okay.
And it directly impacts how effective that drug will be.
That makes sense.
If the concentration isn't high enough at the right place, it simply won't do its job.
Makes sense.
Like if you don't have enough workers at a construction site, you won't finish the building on time.
Right. Right. That's a great analogy.
It's all about having the right amount in the right place at the right time.
Okay, so now we've covered what the body does to the drug.
Yes.
Let's flip the script and talk about what the drug does to the body.
Exactly. That's where pharmacodynamics, or PD, comes in.
PD. Okay, so how does PD work?
PD describes the relationship between a drug's concentration at its site of action
Uh-huh.
and the effects it produces.
Okay.
These effects can be therapeutic, meaning they relieve your symptoms,
Right.
or they can be adverse, causing unwanted side effects.
The dreaded side effects.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
basically, PD is all about the drug interacting with specific targets in the body, right?
You got it.
Like a key fitting a lock.
Perfect analogy.
It's fascinating how these tiny molecules can have such a big impact.
It really is. And these targets are usually proteins like receptors, enzymes,
Hmm.
ion channels.
I remember those from biology class.
Right. And when a drug binds to these targets, it sets off a specific biological response.
That's what we call the drug's mechanism of action, right?
Precisely.
Like a pain reliever, blocking the enzymes that produce pain signals.
That's a good example.
So just to recap, PK is about the body handling the drug ADME.
Yep.
And PD is how that drug then acts on the body.
Correct.
They're like two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, a coin that determines how well medicine works.
But I'm guessing they're not totally independent processes?
Not at all. They're deeply interconnected.
Okay.
We often use something called PK-PD modeling to understand this complex relationship.
PK-PD modeling, what is that?
It helps us see how the drug's journey through the body
Okay.
relates to the intensity and duration of its effects.
So it's like mapping out the entire process from start to finish.
Exactly. And if we zoom out and look at the bigger picture,
Uh-huh.
understanding this PK-PD relationship is absolutely crucial for rational drug development.
That makes sense. So are you saying that by understanding PK-PD, scientists can figure out the best dose of a medication
Absolutely.
and how often someone should take it?
That's right. It helps determine dosing regimens
Okay.
and predict potential side effects.
So it's all about optimizing the benefits while minimizing the risks.
Exactly. It's the cornerstone of making sure medicines are both effective and safe for everyone.
That's amazing. I never realized how much science goes into something as simple as taking a pill.
It's pretty remarkable, isn't it?
It really is. So to sum up, PK is ADME.
Right.
It's the body's impact on the drug's concentration over time.
Yes.
And PD describes how that concentration at the target site leads to an effect,
Correct.
whether it's a good effect or a not so good one.
Exactly.
And understanding both PK and PD is key to how we develop and use medicines safely and effectively.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that was quite a deep dive. I feel like I've learned so much about how drugs work.
Me too. It's always exciting to explore these fundamental principles.
Yeah, and it really makes you appreciate the complexity of the human body.
Absolutely. And the incredible science behind developing medications that can help us.
For sure. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of PK and PD.
I did.
It's fascinating stuff, and it makes you realize that every time you take a medicine, there's a whole lot going on behind the scenes.
A lot more than we realize.
And maybe the next time you take a pill, you'll think about that incredible journey it's taking through your body.
And how your unique characteristics play a role in that journey.
Exactly. Food for thought, isn't it?
It is.
Well, until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world around you.
See you next time.